Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 70, Indy. 3
bucks. Watch the edge.
Hit it.
First carry for James Conner, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready?
On second down, Conner looking for space. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Alert 3. Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Shit.
Get it.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Down. 8 read.
Check 52. Come on. Yeah. You don't want that. Shit.
Protein spill. Squeeze. Hustle, shoot.
On third down, Costello, and he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
SOS.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of 2 there, second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Set up. 18 Gator.
Double time. 4 down. No.
22 Jet Bomber.
And that'll set him back 5.
Ready.
Mike 57.
5. Big grip.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry for Samaje Perine, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw here, Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Wild. This is taken around the 12. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, it's Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hot! 318! Let's set a time. Here we go, can!
Now Dalton with a first and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Pirine. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hands up! 318! Nice.
Now on second and 13. Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Now a carry for Pirine. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be second and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1.
Let's get it.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's third and goal.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They toss to Pirine. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Samaje Pirine, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Bullock good on the extra point. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Connor. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw. Costello, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A very good return there. Give them an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down at 4. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Dalton here from the gun. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Look at me. Go, get.
Looking to throw. Costello. It's caught by Davis. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard
line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's get off the field.
So Dalton now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
368.
5 down. Stand up in. Undercrush.
Here's Pirine. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal.
Right there in the middle, 55. Man out.
They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bullock will put this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Hands up! Check the out. Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On 1st and 10, Costello. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack.
Roll out. Check 3.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Costello dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
On 1st and goal, Howard. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
2-by-2. Move.
It's P-Ryan to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And the Bengal fans are probably saying, where has that been?
And they have to, because everyone wants to talk about having a balanced offense, but these two, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, their connection is vital to their chances of winning.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Here's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Finding Green complete. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Lead. Stay with your man.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
5-6. Check nickel. 49. Check.
Again, here's P-Ryan. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now the Bengals on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Second and goal at the Steelers' 5-yard line.
They come up in an offset eye. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Samaje Perine, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Now Dalton. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Check. X3, 218, chopper. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
You got tight.
Bravo. Hey, lock it. Hit it.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Safety's creeping.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Costello. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carl Lawson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now here's Ross. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Connor. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Howard, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Howard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 60 or.
I got you, boy. I got you. Smooth.
Big grip. Big grip.
Back to throw. Costello. And it's brought in by Washington. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. So that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Break.
Time to go. Night. Showing up.
They'll run on first down. Connor. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run forward with Connor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And they the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Pittsburgh, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall to defeat for the second time this season, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.